Most people say they feel stuck in their job, stuck in their life, stuck in their relationships. But here's the truth, you're not stuck, you're just undecided. You're avoiding a decision that you already know you need to make. Welcome back to the Marcus Allgood Show. I appreciate everybody listening and watching and sharing the show. Any value out of this, please share with a friend and pass it on. I appreciate it. Today we're going to talk about how you're not stuck. You ever get that feeling that you just feel stuck? Like, oh, I don't know what to do. And I don't know. I don't know where I'm going. I've had these feelings multiple times in my life, and definitely really started more. Like when you're in that dead end job, or you're starting a business, don't know what to do. You want to start a business and don't know what to do, or if you're in the business and don't know what to do, like you just feel stuck. And it's not really that you're stuck. It's that you just don't know what decisions you need to make, or you don't want to make that decision. And once you make that decision, you're not going to feel stuck. You're going to start moving forward and jumping into that good feeling of, oh, I'm doing something, I'm going, I'm moving. But then sometimes you'll get stuck again because you don't want to make another decision, and you feel that it comes back down, and like, oh, I'm not going anywhere. So the illusion of being stuck is that it feels real, but it's often misleading. You're not stuck because you lack options, you lack ability, you lack opportunity. You're stuck because of the fact that you haven't chosen a direction. You're afraid of the consequences of choosing. You're waiting for certainty that doesn't exist. And being stuck in a feeling, avoidance is a decision. Stuck is a feeling, avoidance is a decision. And what we're going to talk about is trying to get out of all this today. And why people avoid the decisions is a lot of times it's fear of being wrong. What if I choose the wrong path? There's usually a path in the road. There's a fork in the road, and you got to go left or right. And a lot of times we go left. Could be wrong, might be, but is it the path that we should have taken? Could have been, because it could have led you into a different spot. If you would have taken the right way, would it have been the right path? Who knows? But either way, the path that you take is probably the right path that you were supposed to take. You got the fear of loss. Choosing one thing means letting go of another. Fear of judgment. What will people think if I change? Fear of responsibility. Once you decide, you own the outcome. So instead of choosing, people stay in limbo. And going back to the fear of judgment is, what if I change? You're supposed to change. Each year you should change. Each month you should change. You're supposed to be getting 1% better. It's what you're supposed to do. Some people never do. They do change, but they don't change drastically. And like some of my goals is to change drastically, and I've definitely changed drastically since age 31, 32, and it's been a wild ride. It's been really good. It's been some of the best decisions I ever made. But the goal is to change. You got to change. Keep moving forward. Indecision feels safer than action, but it's actually slower pain, and it hurts more. Like just being in that uncomfortable, indecisive mode just hurts. You don't know what to do. You're losing sleep. You just don't feel like you're going anywhere. It's just like, oh, what is wrong with me? It's bringing you down. All that weight is on your shoulders. But once you make that decision, boom, all that weight gets lifted and you start moving. You start going. It gets way better. What indecision really is what indecision is really costing you. Indecision creates mental exhaustion, constant overthink, lack of progress, low self-trust, and lots of frustration. You're not tired from doing too much. You're just tired from thinking about doing too much. You don't have a clear direction. You're always thinking about the what ifs, and the what ifs probably won't ever happen. And the longer you delay the decision, the heavier it becomes. The more I sit there and dwell on it, should I do this? And I sit there and talk it out, and I talk it with my wife, and I talk it to my friends, and I'm talking to other people, and just like you're talking, and like it starts to weigh on you. And when you could have just made the decision a week ago, and you wouldn't even have that weight on you that you needed to change. Like make the decision fast and make it often. Don't sit there and dwell on it. A lot of times it's just going to weigh on you and it's just going to make you tired, just make you not feel right. So, the truth about clarity, and I've heard this forever, people say, I just need clarity. But clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from moving. You don't figure life out in your head, you figure it out through the action. And when I used to listen to these motivational speakers and things like that, they always said to get clear, and I could never figure out what getting clear means. And to this day, I still don't always feel like I'm clear on my goals and clear on the outcome where I'm looking for. But I am more clear on some of the things that I do in my life, eating right, working out, being a business owner, being a good dad, being a good husband, being a good family member to other family people. Like there's so many other things. And a lot of times we focus on the one negative thing that we're not doing good at instead of looking around, being grateful for all the other things that you're doing good at because you got clarity on all those other things. But the one thing that really hurts you is the one thing you're not clear about. And can you change it? Yes, you can change it, but you got to figure out if I change that one thing that I'm trying to get clear on that I don't really know what I'm doing, is it going to change the dynamic of everything else that I'm clear on? So it's really a thought process of like what do you really want? Is that the one thing that you really want to chase, or do you want all these other things that you're already clear on? Clarity is a result of decisions, not a prerequisite of them. So, what happens when you finally decide? When you make a decision, your mind quits, your energy shifts, your focus sharpens, your confidence grows, and your life starts moving. Even if it's not the perfect, Even if it's not the perfect decision, it's progress. And we've all made imperfect decisions, and that's okay. It's more about what you learn from it. Because if you make the imperfect decision, you're going to learn something from it to be able to move on. There is no perfect decision. You can always do something better. There is no perfect anything. It's always something, there's always something out there that could be better. A wrong decision will teach you faster than no decision at all. So learn from that. Like learn from that decision that you decided and move on from there. So how do we break this cycle of indecision? Accept that there is no perfect choice. Perfection is the trap. Set a decision deadline. Don't overthink it and don't think forever. Just decide. Choose based on direction, not comfort. Growth is better than ease. Take immediate action. Lock in the decision with your movement. Trust in your ability to adjust. You're not stuck. You're adaptable. You can always change. It's the way we're wired, it's the way humans are. You don't have to be right. You need to be moving and making the decisions and keep going. So ask yourself this honestly: what decisions have I been avoiding? Then make the decision. Not next week, not when you feel ready, now. Because you're not stuck. You've just been standing still. Your life changes the moment you stop waiting for clarity and start choosing direction. So that's the pod. I appreciate everybody watching and listening, and hopefully you got some value out of this and share it with a friend. Thanks a lot. Bye.